So let's begin. The show started with a brand new band out of the UK called Airstryke. The song we heard to kick off the show was called Booze the Clock, which I know is going to be a classic someday, probably like tomorrow. And then Left Me Cold. It's from their debut album, No Half Measures. And joining us on the phone from the UK is Airstryke. Guys, welcome to the show. Hey guys.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah, good man. We're pretty tired, but we're up here. We're drinking tea and whiskey, but not together.
You're drinking tea and whiskey, but not together.
Yeah.
I'm drinking whiskey, they're drinking tea.
Yeah. We've got to drive, man. Yeah.
What do you mean you guys got to drive? I mean, it's booze o'clock time over there, so you guys should be taking it easy, right?
Yeah, I'd say they're being little bitches. But
So who? This is Chris. Who are we talking to? The members of the band. Who do we have on the phone with us right now?
We've got me, Morgan, Rob,
and Andy.
That's drums and two guitars.
Yeah.
Great. So what happened to Jamie and Dean? They couldn't make it?
Jamie has work at even more stupid o'clock than I do.
Uh-huh.
And Dean is an enigma in himself. We'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Well, you know, as long as he keeps that rhythm section going with Morgan back there, it's all that matters, so.
He's tighter than an asshole, man.
Okay, well, in that case, if he's an asshole then, well, you know.
Well, better to start as one than become one.
Yeah,
What you mean to...
So guys, tell us how this all came about. How did you guys get together and form Airstryke?
I was in another band, and I realised it was like a metal band. I had this silly idea that you could be as heavy as Children of Bodom and as widdly as Dragon Force all combined into one. And I realised that there wasn't enough clit in the pit. There was a major malfunction with heavy metal. As much as I enjoyed the shows and I enjoyed the sort of energy that came back, rock and roll's where it's at. Everyone enjoys hard rocking bands. Always will do. I always will do. Till I'm not on this planet anymore. So it was like, right, I'm going to take that new direction.
Sounds good. So I saw the other night the video for Let's Get Wild Tonight. Is that like that's not on the new album, is it?
Yeah, that's the next sort of angle to go for. Like, the first album was like a transitional album where the whole band sort of got together and started learning how we work and how things function between us all. Sorry, I've been drinking slurry.
So this Morgan I'm talking to, right?
Oh, this is Andy you're talking to right now.
Okay, Andy, I'm sorry.
No, that's cool. So it was like the first album, see what everyone's influences are and going on with that. And then the case will be second album, let's polish it. Let's see what we can do. We realised like 3 or 4 months ago, we can actually do 3-point harmonies. Oh, that's quite interesting. So sat there and learned like Def Leppard songs and
Messing about with that, yeah.
Bon Jovi covers.
The song Let's Get Wild, that kind of, we thought we need a good opener, so to speak.
Yeah, a welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
We thought we got a lot of stuff that sounds good to end on, but thought we need a good opener that's pow, look at us, wow kind of thing. So that's what we're going for with that, definitely. Yeah.
The video you saw at DC, you saw a video online of Let's Get Wild. That was at the album launch we did on Friday night.
Yeah, I noticed that your lead singer wears the Goonies shirt. So is he a big fan of that movie?
Yeah, we're all quite, well, me and him indefinitely are very 80s based.
Well, that was one of the things I wanted to ask you guys, because when you guys sent over the album for us to listen to, I'm going to be honest with you, it was kind of like, what the F is this? And not in a bad way, but this is kind of like almost like a time machine going back to just about everything that I enjoyed in the 80s, which was the sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and just the feel-good type of music that was going on back then, which, you know, we listened to this thing, we're going, God, if these guys were around in the late 80s doing what they're doing now, you guys would have been huge. But that being said, you guys have done a phenomenal job capturing that type of music and the genre of that music and the feel of what was going on at that time. Was that your main objective when you guys went ahead and put this album together? Were you guys trying to go after some of that, you know, let's just have fun with rock and roll and bring back the sex, drugs, and rock and roll and make it a good time again?
To be honest, the good time indefinitely, life was designed to be enjoyed and partied along. But a lot of the songs, with like the Whiskey Legs was, you're talking to Andy again, was me walking home from the place called the Rock House in Derby with one of my mates, and we just started singing a silly chorus, and then it carried on from there. I write a song about it. Booze the Clock, any time can be party time, that's just obvious why that got written. And then it's like, well, strippers and women, problems and relationships and all sorts of bits bobs. I mean, there's like Threw Away a Rose in there, which is about things that you loved and didn't appreciate at the time. So it's kind of a mishmash of ideas that happened, but on the front of like showmanship and all that, that's where it's at. David Lee Roth, Kiss, all those guys knew what they were doing. It's not just being a musician, it's about performing and entertaining.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too. It's like when you guys are on stage, it's like you just said, you're not just performing, you're entertaining, you're giving the audience something exciting to see and listen to also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. We looked out into the crowd and like all the people that we see, that a lot of them like glam rock, they like metal, death metal, black metal, all walk of life really.
We've seen guys in corpse paint
exactly, but all of them like to party, so we thought, you know,
it's universal.
It's a universal thing, exactly. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
I mean, we're not really focused too much on, although it may not seem like it, we're not focused on the whole 80s thing too much. I think it's a good thing that we've got bands like Steel Panther and Whitesnake are coming back, and
Reckless Love,
and it's kind of coming back.
It never left.
Yeah. It's not dead.
Rock and roll. AC/DC proved that.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we just, you know, brother and I just got done seeing Steel Panther last week, and I will tell you this: what Steel Panther's doing and what you guys are doing, very similar. But I have to say this: I think you guys are bringing it up to the next level. I mean, like I said, the songs you guys are writing, the lyrics, and just basically everything. The musicianship is all there, and that's what basically drew us to the.
I guess it's similar to the Darkness. We love the Darkness. I know you guys probably like the Darkness too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed you guys threw one of your CDs up on stage at Justin.
Yeah, my bad. I was waiting for a gap on the stage, and I threw it, and he totally ran into it halfway through a solo. So it's his fault, really. That was Dan Hawkins, but I think it got his notice. So
our singer didn't know who. He went to the Def Leppard, Motley Crue, Steel Panther gig. He didn't even know who Joe Elliott was, and he just saw a big bloke, long hair, and he had like a Def Leppard laminate round his neck, and he was like, "Oh, can you hand this to someone important in the band?" And it wasn't until later on when we were drinking, he was like, "I just gave that guy a CD. Oh, he's the singer."
Oh, that's classic. That's almost like a Spinal Tap moment in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't write that shit, man. You know.
Yeah, it's the first that's the first chapter in the Airstryke book.
Oh, yeah, have a CD.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are, but go ahead and take it. Oh, shit, that's the singer. So there you go.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I want these guys opening up for us.
That would be the plan, like try and open up for a mega band. I mean, we noticed that in America the treatment are going around, and God bless them for being where they are, but it's a little bit weird hearing like little 18-year-olds singing songs about drink, fight, fuck. I showed one of my mates, I think was it drink, fuck, fight, I can't remember. I showed one of my friends, and he was like, none of them have been punched in the face. And like that's what the edge that I think rock and roll's missing. It's like, I love Steel Panther and what they do, and they're so clever with what they do, but they don't actually get wasted anymore. It's like, we fully understand that you can't get nailed every night and do shows because it just doesn't function. But when you do get that chance to get, like cut loose and go mental with your mates, then do it, because that's when the coolest songs come out normally.
Yeah, that's what all the bands in the '80s did. They all hung together like a group, like you guys have, and just there's a time for playing and a time for partying. And from what I gather, you guys are like a really strong unit. And how does the songwriting process come together? Does all you guys just pitch in bits and pieces of a song, or does somebody come up with an idea and everybody else follows?
Well, up until now, Andy's come up with most of the material. We put in bits and bobs, but we're starting to get together as a full band now, and kind of everyone's getting a bit more input.
Yeah, I sort of sat there in my bedroom like, right, I need a concept. So I wrote a few songs, and like sort of, they weren't always full songs. They were sort of bits and bobs and odds and ends and kind of Frankenstein creations that then got sort of whittled away to, oh, that bit's awesome and that bit's awesome and we could do this. Okay, we'll walk down that route. It was like, with lyrics, I'd write with Jamie, or me and Rob would get together and come up with riffs and stuff.
Then take it to the studio and put it with the whole band and just
see what
polish it from there. Really. Yeah.
You get the odd magical moments like with the harmonies and stuff like that, where it's suddenly like, oh god.
Most of which are usually accidents, actually.
Yeah.
Happy accidents. Yeah.
You sit on the toilet a lot and play too, right?
Pardon, what was that?
I said, Andy, you sit on the toilet a lot and play, like I saw that video too, and you doing a little promo for that too?
Yeah. Anytime you feel inspiration strike you, have a guitar there. Or at least something to record it on, otherwise you're screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, with the idea of our band coming tight as a whole when I totally said that. On the whole, we were pretty tight. Yeah. As a band, as becoming sort of a firm unit, this is not going any better, is it? I was doing better just sitting in the corner quietly drinking, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
At the start of the band, we when I was sort of picking through members and trying to find people and Jamie's voice, that was probably the hardest. Me and Rob went through hell and high water for that sort of thing. Looking at singers and they're like, yeah, you're awesome. We had 3 or 4 guys that had the right pipes and the right attitude, but then they wouldn't turn up, or the misses, or some form of crap that they had to pull out the bag, and it was like, oh, okay, next. And then Jamie turned up out the blue up in the Shire, and it was like, oh, awesome. You're hired. He likes drinking, so he's in.
Sounds good.
Well, you guys are in Derby right now. Is that your hometown or your home base right now?
Yeah.
Now, what's the music scene currently in Derby like? 'Cause I know currently you guys are unsigned and such. So, I mean, in a way, what's it like for a band like Airstryke to? I mean, what is it that you guys have to do to get your music out there, and what's the process of? I mean, booking gigs and stuff like that. I mean, is it a job in and of itself outside of your day jobs?